Why do you believe that nobody loves you? One of my clients once said to me, if I'm so great, how come I'm still single? How come no one loves me? I can't be lovable because I have no proof that I'm lovable. Nobody loves me. And I've seen many, many clients who say, but no one loves me. I can't find love. There isn't anybody for me. And that simply is not true. My gran used to say, every pan has a lid. And when I found my husband, I found my lid. He found his lid, and that's a wonderful thing. But it took me a long time. I was a very lonely kid. I was quite lonely as an adolescent. I was a single parent, and even though I had friends, that was really lonely to raise my child without assistance, without someone else to lean on. So why do we believe that no one loves us? Well, that really stems from us not loving ourselves. You know, I think magazines and a lot of TV shows do a lot of damage because we look at what I call fake images of perfection. We become overexposed to images of fake perfection. We watch Friends and there's a waitress living in Central Park in Manhattan. That isn't even remotely possible. There are women who've just had a baby and an hour later they look amazing. There are people who are living perfect lives. They're not real. And we compare ourselves and think, oh, I don't look like that. There's something wrong with me. But it really goes back much, much further. When you were a baby and you came onto the planet, you had very simple needs. I need to connect to the person that carried me, my mother and my father. My mother really, more than anything, I need connection. My needs as a tiny baby, here they are. I need to feel safe. I need to feel connected. I need to feel I matter. I need to feel protected. I need to feel loved. I need to feel that my needs are worth being met. And for many children, they're not. Mum and dad are at work. The baby's in daycare. Dad isn't around. Mum is depressed. Dad or mum is drinking, there are other kids, they're always fighting. They start to say to that baby, I need you to be perfect. You must be a grade A student. I need you to look better. Look at your cousin. She never makes a mess. Look at your brother. He could read when he was 4. What's wrong with you? Now, these are minor, but there are major. 2 parents who emotionally abuse their children, neglect them, hit them, hurt them. There's sexual abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse. And when that happens, that child does not stop loving the parent. They stop loving themselves. The same as if you got a little puppy and kicked it. It wouldn't stop loving you because you're the source of provision. So it would begin to believe there was something wrong with it. So very early on we buy into this belief, I'm not lovable. My mum's always crying. My mum's always at work. My dad's always angry. My brother's always picking on me. My brother hurts me. My sister takes my stuff. Kids at school bully me. I can't learn like other people. I haven't got the stuff other people have got. I'm different and I can't connect. And you see, when we're born on the planet, we are so wired to survive, and we survive by finding connection and avoiding rejection. From a tiny puppy to a kitten to a child, we know the truth. If I find connection and avoid rejection, I'll make it. And then we have someone in the house that rejects us, an older brother. I worked with a psychiatrist once who was so shut down and so sad. And she told me this story that when she was born, her brother hated her, and he'd come and look at her in the car and go, I hate you, I hate you. And the parents go, oh, he doesn't mean it, he loves you. But he'd always say, I hate you. And he'd pinch her and scratch her every chance he got. She grew up feeling hated by him. Couldn't really form friendships. Had no husband, no friends, no life, no pets. Because of this belief she carried that no one likes me. In fact, her brother had his own issues with Asperger's. It was nothing to do with her. It was him. But when you're a small child, you can't rationalize. Before the age of 5, you have feeling, and no logic. And if you have no logic, you can't work out. Your dad married your mum at 18. They weren't even suited. He feels he's lost his chance. He's drinking now because he feels like he's a waste of space. You feel like you're a waste of space. So many children buy into this belief early: I'm not enough. I'm not lovable enough. I'm not interesting enough. I'm not attractive enough, smart enough, worthy enough, lovable enough. I'm not enough. And when you believe that, you expect other people to be disappointed in you, and you often are alone. You're too scared to let someone in case they too reject you. You know, I had a client whose father came to London on kinder transport. That's when in Germany they were putting children on the trains and they were leaving, and they knew they'd probably never see their parents again. My client, whose father was put on that train, his grandfather fainted on the station as he put his son on the train, knowing he'd never see them again. And he said, my father was so cold, he wouldn't let me hug him. When I said I loved him, he said, don't say that. But you see, the father could not ever allow himself to be that vulnerable again. He put up a wall and said, if I don't let love in, I can't be hurt. And many people who don't have love because they're scared of being rejected, so they keep love over there. They're scared of being hurt. They're scared of being vulnerable, or they simply believe, I'm not lovable enough. I'm not beautiful. I'm not a 10. I'm not interesting. Who's going to want me with 3 kids? Who's going to want me with cellular? Who's going to want me? I don't have a great job. I'm not a great provider. And we become the critical voice in our head. I heard a story about a woman who was talking to a man she'd met online. And online they communicated. He thought she was wonderful. She thought he was wonderful. They arranged to meet. They spoke for several weeks. They finally met, and after half an hour I said, this isn't working, and he got up and he left. And I want you to imagine she called a friend and said, well, he got up and left. The friend said, well, why wouldn't he get up and leave? I mean, look at you. You've got cellulite all over your legs, your hips are too wide, your breasts are too small, you've got a child at home, you're a single parent, who would want you? You haven't got a degree, you're not interesting. But it wasn't the friend who said this, it was her. She was so down on herself, so critical, and she projected that out. And when people pick that up, it's not sexy or alluring. So why does no one love you? Here's the honest answer: because you don't love you. You have to believe that you are worth being with. When you believe you are worth being with, other people will believe that you are worth being with. So you have to fall in love with yourself. You have to think, hey, if I had the best boyfriend, the best girlfriend in the world, what would they say to me? What would the best husband or wife or partner say? Well, they'd go, hey, you're amazing. You're the one. I love everything about you. It's just something about you. With all your faults, I love you still. Your crooked smile, what the little bit of fat on your tummy, so much about you I love. I just love you. I love your voice. I love everything. You're a flawed person. I'm a flawed person. The best we can ever hope to have is to meet another flawed person and have a beautiful, flawed relationship together. If no one loves you, that's because you think you are not worth it. Amy Mullins, who is missing her lower legs, is married to a movie star. He knows he's lucky to have her. Chantal Brown has got impetigo and is beautiful. There's a beautiful model in England who's got Down syndrome, absolutely gorgeous, by the way. James Corden is far from model material, but women love him. He's funny. You don't have to be perfect to be loved. To be loved, you need one thing. It is really one thing. You know what it is? You need to believe you are lovable. You will attract love to the degree that you believe you are worth it. When I was a kid, I thought I was a hideous, ugly freak. I was so self-conscious, I couldn't even hold anyone's gaze. And then I got older and I became a bit like the ugly duckling that changed. And I had a great boyfriend who adored me, but I never really believed I was worth that level of adoration. I faked everything until I felt like a big fake fraud. And I would never do that again. Fall in love with yourself. And then you give the whole world permission to fall in love with you. Say, I'm lovable. Don't say, because I've worked really hard to be a size 8, or because, you know, I've got a degree, or because I've had my teeth fixed, or because I'm wearing Armani. No. You are lovable because you are lovable. You are lovable, that's it. And when you can say, I am lovable, I am lovable, I am worthy of love, deserving of love, ready for love. And by the way, while you're holding back from love and not letting yourself unlove, some great person out there is being denied a relationship with you. There's someone who would love everything about you, and you would love everything about them. You are someone's lid, and someone else is your pan. And don't hold back. Love completes you. Having someone who loves you, believes in you, supports you, and has got your back is the best feeling in the world. I denied myself love for so long because I thought I wasn't lovable. And now my only regret is that I didn't fix that sooner. But I love fixing it sooner in other people, including you. So if you would like to feel more lovable, to go from saying, no one loves me, to wow, I have so much love in my life. This is extraordinary. Little old me, who came from nothing, has got love. After all, everybody loved Princess Diana. Everybody loved Marilyn Monroe. Everybody loved George Michael and Michael Jackson and Heath Ledger and Freddie Mercury. Do you know who didn't love them? They didn't love themselves. And also, don't be the kind of person that says, you know, I've wanted love, I found someone who loves me, but I don't understand why they love me. I faked it. If they love me, there's something wrong with them. I'm going for someone I don't want. I'm faking it because I'm so scared of being alone. The best thing is to know you're worth love, worthy of love, ready to love, that love is available to you, and that you'd rather be alone with you until you find the right love. And when you know you're lovable, you find it really, really quickly. People have said to me, you know, I listened to your recording and weirdly, I found love in my apartment building. I'd lived there for 10 years and yet I met a guy in the elevator and we're together. I found love in the store, in the pet food aisle, buying a jar of coffee. I found love on the subway, on the bus. I found love with my next door. One of my clients said, it's so weird. I listened to your audio. I met the guy next door. He's lived next door for 5 years. He'd never registered. And suddenly he said to me, there's something about you. I've got to talk to you. In other words, I was doing my grocery shopping and this guy hit on me. That's never happened before, but he was so nice. And we're still together. Click on the link in the bio and see what happens when you play the lovability audio and wire in, fire in, code into you the unshakable, unwavering knowing that you are lovable just the way you are, and you always will be. It's like that song by Billy Joel, don't go changing to try to please me. I love you just the way you are. And Bridget Jones, when she said, I love Bridget just the way she is, we went, oh, I want that. But you know what? You can have it. So please like, please share. Let me know I can help you. Please comment. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon.